today, actually.
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
I'm trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is not much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiva grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
And we are here, we are live, I think. No, we're live. I'm sitting here watching Paula make a sign for tonight's comedy, because we have Funny Fridays after our show here at Ganjahnista, and she's writing tonight in big letters. Hi, Paula. You have to speak into the mic now.
Hi, Al.
Say to everybody, we're high, and we're here at it's Friday. And Jack Lloyd is here, and Justin. Please say your name, Justin.
Justin Loizos.
Thank you, Justin. And Marcel and Mary Jane and Al Grham is here. And
I'm here.
Yes, Al Grham usually is here on Pace Radio. Yeah, man. So
he's hanging out with us a lot now because we're cool.
Yeah, because we're the cool kids.
All the shows on Lifestyle Radio are cool.
Yeah, but ours is cooler. That's why you keep coming back.
So we tried to get Jack on when we were here last before we went away. It didn't work out so well. But things have happened since then. So I thought it would be a good idea to have Jack here to talk about what's really going to happen versus what might happen versus what's not going to happen. And Justin's excited about being here as well because both Justin and Paula are lounge owners. God, she's driving me crazy. And also dispensary owners. So there's a lot to talk about. Right, Jack? Did we lose Jack? I think we already lost Jack.
He's on mute.
Jack. He's on mute. Jack. Yeah, he forgot to hit the mute button.
Mute. He's having his dinner. He's so busy. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways.
Hi, Jack here. Sorry, I'm just walking in the rain, so the mute was off. I'm here.
Would you do me a big favor, Jack? Can you give us a couple bars of Singing in the Rain for us?
That's a firm no.
We'll get a court order for that. So, as I said, we wanted to have not a serious conversation, but a real conversation about what's going to happen versus what might happen. And the best people are here to answer these questions. So why don't we start with Jack, what's your take on what's happening?
In Ontario, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, the big news that I suspect you wanted me on to talk about at the last instance is that the PC party in Ontario reversed the Liberal Party cannabis retail plans. And so as a result, the private sector will be licensed to retail cannabis in the province. So I'm just walking. So where this is great is for taxpayers. Certainly they're not, on the hook for funding a massive amount of expense in order to create a private retail model, right? They'd have to open a great many Ontario cannabis stores at great expense. So that's great. And it also offers an opportunity for the actual existing cannabis community to participate in the industry by becoming licensed as retailers. So that's the great hope that a large number of our community members are hoping to be able to do. And I think it's a great thing.
Do you think that it's going to be an easy process for a dispensary owner or a lounge owner? Well, I mean, they're saying no to lounges right now, but do you think that they're still at a pause, but as Paula just said, do you think that the process of an entity that's already in business is going to be so difficult that it's going to just automatically remove some of these businesses that are already running? Because they've made it very clear that if you're illegal now, you're not going to be legal later.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we can hear you, Jack. Or we could.
Yeah, we can't now.
Can't now. That's what happens.
You go into a tunnel?
Tiptoeing in the rain. This is what you call live.
I hope you didn't fall into it.
Raw video. All right, well, while we're waiting for Jack to come back, Justin.
Ultimately, can you hear me?
Oh, there we are. He's back.
All right. So, sorry, the connection is poor because of the rain, I assume.
That's fine.
So ultimately, they certainly are going to try to bar existing operators from being granted licenses. But we can possibly fight them in court. I'm not sure at this time. But we're not sure yet what the criteria are.
Yeah.
So, if there's a barrier to existing shops participating, then they have to become new shops.
Right. They might have to close down and then apply and then reopen.
That is likely what will happen. Is they'll have to cease operations and apply and agree to A, participate in the legal regime, and B, cease any unlicensed activity.
Wow, sounds like a pain in the ass to me.
And no guarantee that you would get a license, even though you're shut down.
They might say you're shut
Definitely
down.
No
you're
guarantee.
Shut down for good,
Yeah, correct. Or you just reopen again.
What about enforcement now, Jack? Do you think that they're going to come in guns a-blazing? Do you think that they're going to use the inspectors? Do you think they're going to, or do what they did in Kitchener and give everybody notice? Paul said.
Possibly. They have a host of new powers under the regulation to shut dispensaries down. So enforcement may well increase. Although, because the government has failed, essentially it's admitted that it won't be able to have any legal retail storefront open until April 2019. All of the serious access problems that people are faced with are going to continue until then. So the fight continues.
That's for sure. The fight continues. What do you guys have to? Let's talk to Justin for a minute. Justin, what do you think about the current situation? You're a dispensary owner. You have a lounge.
Yeah, I'm excited as a Canadian. I think this is like greater good, thumbs up. Maybe not perfect. Probably but I'm trying to be an optimist in this situation. Yeah. I think that, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for everybody on our side of the fence, if you want to put it like that. And I don't know if we're going to be properly immersed into this new regulation. I don't know, because they didn't mention anything of BC, and they keep turning to Alberta and Saskatchewan, which are models that are not incorporating the old regime. Yeah. And there might be two ways to skin a cat, but when you read deeper into the regulation, it seems like they have these arbitrary standards where they can pretty much like they can deny a license for not just because you have a record, but because of said reason. So I would hope that there would be something closer to the BC model, which they haven't mentioned, which would allow for us to actually get regulated, or maybe there's some way around it. I don't know. Like I'm not so optimistic. There's also some control ideas, like in each province that has come up with these setting standards. Like BC, I think they have 8 shops that you can own as one corporation, and in Alberta you can have 15. It's 15%. Pardon me, I'm not certain, but it's interesting. Like, is it going to be a free for all? Is Starbucks and is, like, I mean, Second Cup going to get the majority? Are we going to even have a spot at the table? Are we going to be pushing? There's so many questions. It's troubling.
I think some of the provinces have put a limit on as far as how many businesses they're going to do, but those businesses could have multiple stores.
I think they capped them at 8 per business and then 15 per province. Each one's a little specific. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what Ontario does. Is there going to be a cap? Is it going to be open completely? I've heard like Second Cup said they have 100 and something stores that could be
convert some stores into dispensaries and lounges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
Somewhere down the line, those stores are going to be owned by LPs.
Yeah. So right, but it'll be interesting to see, like, can the LP own it directly, or will they have to own it like through another company? Like, has Tweed owns the Haiku brand, and they're looking to basically spawn out in those coffee shops, right? So there's going to be a lot of partnerships, and yeah, it's really going to be crazy to see.
I know that there's a lot of LPs that are shopping around and looking for lounges and dispensaries to kind of, I wouldn't say work, but more like take over. I mean, they're already doing it.
Right. There's those conversations, I believe, are being had, but to what capacity now? I don't know. Since the regulations, like, I'm not certain.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean,
I got a funny feeling that you're going to see a lot of the LPs owning a lot of those dispensaries in Ontario.
Well, yes, of course, but and that could be very profitable for those dispensaries.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to.
Then you get into the regime of having to use LP, right?
Right, and it's going to be controlled by the cannabis store. So even if an LP, for an example, at least as it came out today, had a dispensary, they wouldn't be able to just shelve it with their stuff or their product, their supply. Yeah. They would have to have a mixture of all the available products that are available from the Ontario cannabis store. So initially it seems a little daunting and scary. The LPs, it's the big bad wolf, right? But now we're getting into a world where we're getting an opportunity that we can actually get micro grows, which are looking to be exciting. Where I think we're going to see a lot of our brands that we're familiar with becoming available over the next year, 2 years, moving into legalization. Like, we're going to see everyone kind of.
Isn't it going to be a simple fact of those brands that are available will now have to start purchasing from licensed gardens?
Yes.
Right.
Well,
they'll have to purchase their product and then make it into whatever they're making it. Right.
As a processor.
Yeah. I mean, which they are offering those licenses, right? Oh, here's Paula. She's got something to say.
Right. So
she got scared.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Justin?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, the LP, you'll be basically have it as you could be processed through an LP and then put on the shelf. So it's to get to this level of an LP would be, I guess, ideal for the person who wants to sell their cannabis. But it's not perfect. But there is an opportunity for the craft side of the industry to get involved.
Is there an opportunity, though, for somebody who has a large garden, who obviously isn't going to use all of their menu, that they have lots of extra they can use. Are they going to allow? Because that's basically what a DG has done for the last how many years, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine
what they're actually going to do until we.
They'll say you can regulate 200 meters of that canopy, and then regulate it through the ACMPR micro grow, and then that could be distributed up through an LP processor, then sold out. So yeah, it's like some hoops you gotta hop through. But I don't think that your 200 light show under the MMAR that's supplying patients currently is going to be able to properly regulate unless it was done through an LP license. And I'm not seeing that.
Jack,
I could be wrong.
Okay, a question for you. Is it going to be possible for somebody with 150 plant grow to venture into the craft market without the $2-3 million that it takes for an LP license?
Well, the purpose of a micro license is to allow for craft growers to participate in the market. So you have to imagine that it will be possible, but they'll need some infrastructure, right? Yeah. Any application still has security requirements. They're just not as stringent, right? And I think part of it is they're going to outsource a lot of the good production practice mandate to the LP that's purchasing your cannabis, right? So you're sort of operating under their insurance or their license per se. So I think it's like, look at the size of a nursery license. They're really not very large, right, for producing genetics. So
50 meters.
I think it's fair to say that eventually, yes, but it's going to take time. I'm just hopeful that Health Canada stops the bottleneck and lets more gardens exist, right? Otherwise, what's the point?
But don't the micro growers also have things that they have to meet, like security and stuff like that?
Yeah, you'll always have that, right? You're producing a commercial.
So you would have to, if you had a 150 plant grow that you're doing in a big garage out in your backyard, I guess you would have to get all that stuff to match everything. I guess, Mary Jane, you could say it's sort of like Tim.
Yeah.
Tim has matched the LPs for everything that they've required, and Tim is at Legacy 420. But, he hasn't got a micro license or anything, but he matches everything that the LPs are required.
Yeah, he's running things as if he was licensed to do so, but being on the res, I guess he is.
Well, there you go.
But
that's a whole other world.
My grower does the same thing. My grower exceeds Health Canada's recommendations for LPs, but his goal is to eventually go to a microprocessor or a microproducer.
Correct, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So of course he's going to follow all of the regulations to what the LPs have, but the processors or producers will have a lot less stringent security measures.
And the security measures are coming down, like the safe requirements, even for the LPs. It's more attainable to even become an LP today than it was. The licenses are coming through sooner. So the people who are afraid of the licensed producers, and I mean, it's coming, it's here. We should understand that there are people who have better business at heart, patients at heart, who are going to be owning and operating these LPs, and already are in a lot of cases. A lot of people are finding positions in different LPs, and it's pretty interesting. I've started to conversation with a licensed producer about, just conversations about these micro grows and how they might work and the community. Like, they're really interested to know what our side is thinking, what we have to offer, how we can work together. And I'm interested in these conversations because this is the future. And I think that it's a world of opportunity for a lot of people.
Being involved in those conversations are very stimulating to hear what people have to say. When I was up at Cannabis and I happened to be sitting there having a toke outside, and this gentleman asked if he could come and sit down. it ended up that he was the grower from Colombia that just struck the deal with, I can't remember, was it Tweed? I can't remember who it was, but he was here to talk to the LPs about doing their grows down in Colombia and stuff like that, where it cost pennies to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it very interesting that they were saying like up to 90% of the crowd that was at Cannabis was from the States, coming up to find out what we're doing, find out what's going to be available, what the market's going to be like, blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
You know, are you able to get out to those shows at all, Justin?
Well, it's been like up to this last year has been so hard on me, my health.
Yeah.
I was actually involved in an incident in about, it was 4/20/17. So it's going back a while, and there's been just incident after incident where I'm actually looking forward to some more regulation, protection. I've been in good relationship with local law enforcement, but it's really stressful, and it's kept my health down. So I love to be at these events. Like, I love it. I love to be part of the community, and I'm seeing less of the quote unquote community as we know it in the events, but I would still love to be at these. It's just my health hasn't been. It's more corporate now, which is
it's become very
interesting. Right.
Let's what time is it? It's 7:30. So let's take a break and listen to a song. Okay? And then I want to come back and I want to switch the conversation a little bit to lounges and what's going to happen there, because I find myself in a very weird situation now. I'm living in Toronto, but I'm coming here to Ganjahnista to work, and I need to be able to come in and have my medicine. So I want to talk about that because there's a lot of people that are in that same situation. Lounges allow you to go in, you can put your laptop out, do your work, have your toke, and then go continue on your day. But with all these new regulations coming in play, I'm afraid to even sit on a fucking park bench. So, one of my favorites from Amsterdam is Sensi Rock. So we're going to listen to some Sensi Rock. This is First Delivery, and then we'll be back. This is the 420 Radio Show. We're live here at Ganjahnista's Social Lounge in Hamilton, 242 King East. I got to put it in front of me. And we'll be right back.
Well, I'm finna, yeah, whoa, yeah, Sensi Rock again, yeah, First Delivery, this is a story about me, First Delivery, still a long road is your journey, my First Delivery, this is a story about me, yeah. Rock and me full of melody. Yeah, me born and growing up my city. Me name a Sensi Rock, me versatile and ready. We used to go to church every all of me day. Me brother, me mama and me daddy. At the age of 17 in the church me start pissing. After a liquor war me found out say Jack him a the king. From me reach 14 me start fi fight spam redeem. So me give thanks and praise. Now me journey begins with me. First Delivery. This is a story about me. First Delivery. Still a long road is your journey. My First Delivery. This is a story about me. Yeah, me name a Sensi Rock, and you better follow me. From 8 and 16, I went to music school. From them time there, yeah, the teacher them cool. Now me signed to every 0 to 6, the album done. That one your name First Delivery and the second so come. But right you know the first one have to promote. Soon in your area, Team Sensi Rock on the road. We pass it to the selector, them you know we got it locked. Them have to spin it in the dance, them have to play it on the block. My First Delivery, my First Delivery. This is a story about me. First Delivery. Still a long road is your journey. My First Delivery. This is a story about me. Yeah, me name a Sensi Rock, and me full of melody. Listen to my song, story that's never been told. My first delivery. This is a story about me. First delivery. Still a long road is your journey. My first delivery. About me. Well, reading my sense. I'm full of melody.
We are back. This is the 420 Radio Show. We are live here at Ganjahnista at 242 King Street East in Hamilton. And after the show at 9 o'clock, Dan Brennan is the host of Funny Fridays. He's a really cool dude. He comes in, and he has several comedians that he brings in throughout the night. Tonight we got Jason Allen, Michael Moses, and I can't read the others. Paula. I can't see it.
AJ Bates, Joe Bothello, Dave Getachew, and James McVicker.
Yeah, so that's going to be there. This is the fifth one now. I think it's the fifth one, and each one it gets better. That's the only thing I can say without insulting anybody. Each one gets better, and Dan's a really good guy, and he's trying to bring in some local acts, and I'm going to be maybe working with him and try and get some local music acts in here as well. So if anybody out there in Hamilton or Toronto area, Oakville, anywhere in the GTA wants to come in and do a little performance, get a hold of Paula or myself here at the lounge, and we'll go from there. So we want to switch now, take a little break from dispensaries, and talk about lounges. Since I'm sitting in a lounge, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to say 6 people in here who are engaging in an illegal act. Yes, Jack? At this point? Maybe? Could be. Hello? Jack? Help me. Uh-oh. The rain is
affecting Jack.
Yeah. So when I'm sure he heard us, but I'm concerned, as I mentioned before the break, about the lounge thing. I know Paula is. I know that every other lounge owner in Ontario, like Justin, is not knowing what to do, but these lounges are needed. You know, I mean,
not everybody owns a house.
What's that?
Not everybody owns their own house. A lot of the apartment buildings, condos, stuff like that, they're banning smoking or vaping in your unit. So if there's no public spaces, you can't smoke it outside on the sidewalk. We need places like Ganjahnistas, you know.
You need a Ganjahnista. You need a place where you can go and openly medicate. I mean, everybody...
consensually medicate.
Yes, consensually. And you're bringing
like that,
I mean,
Paula.
it's not like she's selling it here for somebody to come in. That would be lovely if it was the case.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day, we can hope. But you can come in and use a bong like any other vape lounge. The only difference here is you can come in and consume cannabis, not just in a concentrate. Right. Okay, which is
Are they?
Go ahead, Al.
Are they banning it really when it just comes down to secondhand smoke or secondhand vapor? Like,
they're going
other than
along
that,
with the Smoke-Free Ontario Act.
Yeah, which is paused right now. But yeah, like you say, you know, people don't. It will become a law that only allows those who can afford to buy their own home.
I think
like
that
a house, a separate house, because you can buy a home in a condo and you still be shit out of luck, right? So you
One in. Yeah. One in. We don't swap me yarn. Fancy rock and ranking, bliss it till morning. Do it, John. I real herbalist about ya.
Yeah, me love me marijuana. Sesame ya fibon. Sesame ya fibon. Because me love me sesame. Sesame ya fibon. Sesame ya fibon.